Hi Stampers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Nancy Novak, and today we're doing something a little different. I'm taking you along as I create a card from scratch using the Fragrant Forest stamp set. I haven't planned every detail, so you'll get to see my creative process in real time, from choosing colors to fixing mistakes. So let's get started and see where this journey takes us. So I'm taking a little bit of a break from Christmas cards, and I'm going to make a birthday card for my brother. So we're going to make a masculine, wintry birthday card. Now this is a great stamp set for all seasons, just depending on what color you ink up those trees in. But I'm going to bring this big stamp in, and I put it on the great big stamping block. So that's what the stamp looks like. And I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper, and I am going to stamp in Old Olive. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this whole stamp pad up. So since it's such a great big stamp, I'm taking the ink to the stamp. It's a lot easier to see what you're doing, and you can make sure that you have it all covered. It's a lot easier than picking up that great big heavy stamp pad. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of cardstock. So this is a larger piece than I need. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to go ahead and lay it down. And then I'm going to bring in my bone folder. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply pressure. I could have made this piece even bigger. This, instead of being 5.5 by 4 1/4, I could have made it a little bit bigger, and that way when I went off to the edge, my bone folder wouldn't hit that ink. That's why you're seeing ink up here. But that's okay, it's the back of the card, it's not going to matter. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I didn't get some of the top of the trees there, but that's okay because I'm going to cut this down. That's why I started with a larger piece than I needed. So again, I started with 5.5 by 4 1/4, but we're going to cut that down, and so far it's gorgeous. I just love how realistic those trees look, very three-dimensional. So again, you can use any color you want. I'm using Old Olive, and now we're going to cut that down and finish our card. So I'm going to cut this down to, we're going to start off with 4 3/4 by 3.5. And I'm actually going to cut that down a little bit smaller. So 4 3/4, 3.5. I'm going to cut this down to 3 3/8. Let's bring this cutter in. So it's 4 3/4. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 5/8. And I think I'm going to cut it off the top. Okay, now I have a piece of Old Olive that is 4 3/4 by 3.5. So let me just look at this. I have to shorten it just a little bit more. It's very pretty though. So far I like it. Okay, very nice. I just have a very slight border all the way around. So when I get this all done, I will remeasure everything and put the correct measurements on your project sheet. Remember, I always have a free project sheet for you guys. It has all the sizes and supplies and the colors I used. So let me bring in a card base of white, and we'll put the card together and add a nice little sentiment. Nope, don't like that. Okay, I'm going to bring in a die from Unbounded Love, and I'm going to go ahead and cut a background piece out of the Old Olive. Okay, so I cut that out of one of our layering pieces. That piece is actually going to go on the front here with our pretty stamped trees. And then I have another piece for the inside and another white piece. We'll finish that in a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and bring in a happy birthday sentiment. I think I'll use the sentiment from Unbounded Love right there, that happy birthday. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. I'm going to use Memento Black ink because I'm going to put some pretty black and white gingham ribbon on here. Need a little bit bigger piece. Okay, so I'm going to stamp on a scrap piece Happy Birthday. And then I'm just going to fussy cut this out. It's really pretty. I love, love, love the way that font is. So I'm just going to fussy cut this out. So I'm going to glue these two pieces together. Then we're going to add a little bit of ribbon, and then we're going to add our sentiment. Okay, before I put my ribbon on, I'm going to add some dimensionals there. We're going to pop up our front part, our front piece. And I'm going to glue this down. See what I did? I did something wrong there. I was going to put this ribbon underneath here before I stuck that down. But since we had it on dimensionals, it works out perfect. Okay, change of plans. I decided that I want an old olive card base. So I'm going to cut this down. Okay, I like this much better. So I had technical difficulties while I was stamping the inside of my card, and that the video didn't turn out. So I did a lot of stamping on the inside, and it really did not turn out well at all. In fact, this is what it looked like, which wasn't so bad, except for over on the right, I had a bunch of ink smudges. So then I decided to do more stamping, and you're going to see the inside in a second, and we're going to fix it. And the other change I made is on the front. I cut away all of that old olive cardstock, and I just left the words Happy Birthday in white and glued that to the front of the card. Okay, so I definitely have to fix this. And I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm going to take another piece of cardstock, and it's going to cover up the whole thing. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I'm going to stamp it in Memento black ink. May all of your wishes come true. And then I have this little tree here, and this is from the Reindeer Fun stamp set. And I'm going to take my Stampin' Right marker, and I'm going to color it in. This has a little star on the top, so I'm not going to color in the top, but I'm using the brush tip, and I'm just going to color this all in and see how it looks. And if it doesn't turn out well, then I'll just do the sentiment only. It turned out cool. I like it. Maybe I'll give it a little bit of a, I should leave it alone, right? But I'm going to put a little bit, just a little bit of a treetop there. That's good. Phew, glad that was fixed. I didn't want to have to ruin this whole card. I could have cut it all up and just used the front of it and done the inside, but I think I fixed it. So let's glue this to the inside and take a look at our card. None of my glues are going to be working now, huh? Okay, so my glue is going to give me trouble now. See, this is all the stuff I usually fast forward through. Okay, I do like the way this turned out. Just have to play with the bow a little bit more, tighten it up. May all your wishes come true. Phew, I like it. I like it a lot. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing my creative process and picked up a tip or two for your own projects. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your crafty friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more card making inspiration, and check out the links below for your project sheets and the supplies. Happy stamping. Don't be shy. Stamp and shout.